What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with a little bit of Destiny. And we're actually going to be playing a little bit of Rise of Iron today. We are going to be taking a look at the new Sepiks Perfected Heroic Strike, which is a 320 light level strike that came with Rise of Iron. Strike basically redoes the Devil's Lair strike with a couple little twists on it, but nothing too insanely difficult or all that hard. You're still going to go through the mission like you did before. The only difference is there's only 2 waves at the first generator you have to hack versus 3, and there's still going to be Hive and Fallen, the new Splicer Fallen, of course. And then when you get out, there's going to be a Perfected Walker instead of the normal Devil Walker, which has a couple different attacks versus just the straight-up giant laser beam it shoots. But still, it's really not too difficult to kill. You just shoot the legs out and then shoot the core when it gets exposed. So kind of the same drill. Now, the big difference is with the boss fight is that it has been changed up quite a bit. Sepiks Perfected will allow you to damage him for a time, and then he will kind of warp out to the back of the map, and he will come up with a shield that you cannot damage. And this is kind of, I guess, a little bit of preparation for some of the mechanics in the Wrath of the Machine raid. But what will happen is a couple mobs will come out. There will be a captain carrying a cannon. If you remember the Scorch cannons from House of Wolves, it's going to be similar to that. And there will be a Arc, Void, or Solar one, depending on what shield the Sepiks has up. Now, when he drops that cannon, it's only going to have 1 shot, and you have to hit Sepiks with that shot, and that will take down his shield, and then you will be able to damage him once again until he decides to put up another shield. Now, my teammates I ran this with, they were coming from matchmaking. Not real sure if they knew what we were doing, because the first couple times the cannons came out, they didn't really know what to do with them, and one guy kind of grabbed it and just kind of stood there, and I'm kind of like, dude, shoot Sepiks Perfected with it, you know? So I guess it takes some people a little bit of time to learn some of the mechanics, but eventually we got it to the point where I was able to grab the cannons and take down his shields, and we actually dealt with him fairly easily. The only real issue with this strike you're going to run into is there aren't really too many places to take cover now, and as Bungie did with the Taken, the Siva Infected Fallen just keep on coming. It's just like, instead of making the game difficult through mechanics and things, they decided once again just throw a ton of mobs at people. And so you're going to just be constantly bum rushed by the Fallen over and over and over again. It's hard to really get a rest, and it seems even if you're a little bit higher leveled, I think when I ran this I was close to 350, so nearly 30 light levels higher, but it still seems like they can kill you in only like 3 or 4 hits. So you still don't seem very powerful even with this expansion and the new light level increase, and it's still kind of difficult to deal with some of these mobs. Now, overall, this was an interesting strike. The music at the end was very good, but they didn't really change a whole lot. But the mechanics were kind of cool on the boss. I really wish they did have more bosses that had similar mechanics, but that's neither here nor there, and it's probably too late at this point to hope for them to go back and ever fix that with the other strikes. But I've been playing Rise of Iron now for a couple of days. I have some mixed thoughts about it. I honestly, at the end of the day, just feel like it's more of the same lackluster effort on Bungie's part, especially when it comes to the PvE side of things. And there is hardly any content in this actual release. It's really kind of sad. And of course, private matches and all that, it's going to take away from that because everyone wants to focus on PvP with this game for some odd reason. But that's... I'll talk about that in another video, but I just don't think, again, that this is a $30 DLC. It's kind of a joke, the amount of stuff that's in this DLC for 30 bucks. At least the Taken King had enough stuff to keep you busy for a while, unless you just rush through everything. But this DLC, honestly, if even myself personally, I don't have a lot of time to play the game anymore. I'm pretty much almost through everything in just about 2 or 3 days, which kind of sucks. But I figure I'll do a little review video on it. I wanted to wait a while and get to experience a little bit with the game. Hopefully they're going to put some more quests and things into the game. But I don't know. At this point, I have no idea. This is probably supposed to hold everybody over, until Destiny 2 comes out, and I just don't see it. They're going to have to add some more stuff in if they want to keep the players engaged. Because from what I saw of the raid yesterday, it's not something people are going to be playing for a long time. It's a very short raid. People are probably going to get tired of it really quick. Archon's Forge so far is kind of a joke if you could even find a team to play it. The loot is just not worth the time you have to invest in it. And players have once again gone to farming certain strikes, exploiting things, cheesing if you want to call it, which, That's more power to them, I guess. Play the game however you want to play. I don't have any problem with that. That's if Bungie is going to make people have to do that, then I guess that's what people are going to do. But I don't want to get too far into it. This is not a review video. I'm just kind of giving some initial first thoughts on the expansion, but I don't think it's definitely, like I said, if you haven't bought the expansion yet and you think it's something that maybe bring you back to Destiny and things have changed, things really haven't changed. There's still ridiculous grind, especially when you get to a certain light level, like when you're between 340 and 360. It just takes forever to get gear that's going to help you boost up, unless you farm the Omnigul Strike like everybody else is doing right now. And I honestly just don't have time to do that nonsense. But nothing much has changed, and I don't think, like I said, this is not a $30 DLC. Definitely not. So I would caution you against purchasing it if you haven't already, and you were someone that was disappointed in Destiny like me. I will probably be playing it sparingly, doing a couple videos here and there on a few things, and of course I'm going to do a review later on. But that's just some initial thoughts so far. This was just supposed to be a video showing you guys the Sepiks Perfected strike, which I'm going to let the gameplay keep going after I'm done, so you guys can watch the whole thing and get to the boss fight and everything, so you can see how the mechanics are different. But that's really about it. So anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you are playing Rise of Iron, let me know what you think of it so far. Be interested to hear what your comments are, especially if you're someone that came back to Destiny for Rise of Iron. Like I said, I'm fairly disappointed so far, but that's really not a surprise. I shouldn't have expected anything better. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.
Halfway through, but we've got major hive reinforcements inbound. Good luck. Clear. Let's get out of here. Deja vu. Me, you, a sea of devils, and an angry machine god waiting on the other side. I'd say lock and load, but I'm sure you already did. Why would the splicers rebuild Sepiks? They already have Siva.
I can make a guess. Maybe an offer to the other devils. A show of power? You know, in Siva we trust, and in Siva all things are possible. Get in there, and show them that their god is nothing but metal and tech.
Sepiks Perfected, in all his glory.
Sepiks was the Splicer's next big play. Present a god for all to worship. Then control the flow of ether to control the house.
I guess they didn't factor us into the plan.
Any wrench we can throw in their works is a good thing. And Guardian, you make one hell of a wrench.
I am authorized to assist you with tower bounties.
Lady Guardian, enjoy your victory, but be ready to fight, my lady. That's how you do it. Apparently, the disgraced machine priest, Axis, has proclaimed himself the Devil's newest archon. He believes Siva is the path towards godhood. And he might be right. Find the Splicer's den, Guardian. Kill Axis.
Checking for messages.
For the first time in centuries.
Your name. Whenever you need me again, Guardian.
Consider my knowledge at your disposal. I rarely have use for armor anymore. If I could use it, I would keep it. You are holding history now. There's a reason I've held on to that for so long. Let it lead your curiosity far.